Just a quick overview for my Welsford tread lightly named Grace. I've made a few adjustments to John Welsford's original plans. I'll just very quickly run through those as well. First of all, Grace is 20% longer than John's plans and 15% more beam. Her sails are 10% overall bigger than John's original plan. Starting with the mainsail. The mainsail I've got going through the top of the deck and down right to the cabin sole, inside the cabin itself, hence the black rubber boot on the front. I originally built Grace to not have a Mizen on the back. So after consulting John Welsford, he said that I should move it basically from where that winch is there, about 18 inches or 500 mils further back, because of not having the second sail on the back. And she sailed reasonably well balanced at that. I've since put in the Mizen mast, so at some stage I may shift the main mast forwards again and move that anchor winch. We'll see how it goes with that. The cabin area, the cockpit area, John originally had in the plans the rudder going through this stern castle arrangement and making a little aperture for it. I've opened it all up so that I can fit my motor in. So that's a 6 horsepower Yami 4-stroke. It purrs away in there, plenty of space for it, and I've still got lots of tiller movement and so on with it. In fact, the tiller I can get right over to this side and right over to that side, so I can get about a 60-degree angle on the tiller. Any more, the rudder's acting like a brake after that. So I've got plenty of storage space with those lockers there. I've got 2 lockers down below as well, and inside the cockpit area here, if I sit alongside the motor, you'll still get an idea of how much more seat space there is tacked on this side. So I've had 5 adults in this cockpit at times. Another one sitting here facing backwards. If there's younger kiddies, quite often they'll sit over in the corner of that bridge deck, as I call it. I've left the bridge deck as it is. I have the centreboard going right through. So the centreboard and centre case go right through back to here, as do my feet when I'm sleeping inside. So I've got a centreboard. John's original plan was to have the board running at about this position right the way through, and a couple of big lockers inside. I don't have them because I've got lots of other space. The extra length, of course, has allowed me to put those big lockers in there which hold the chili bins. So they're great, and also the extra length allows me to detach the 2 halves of my masts, or both masts, as well as the yard and the boom and the boom, sprit boom, and they all fit in here and inside the boat, up where you can see my tiller handle is. There's plenty of other lockers as well. The anchor lock is open up there, as you can see. I've got another locker in there for I carry light goods like bedding and blankets and pillows and things. Down below I've got a bit of space for a couple of bits of cookers and footwear and that sort of stuff. And then there's a ton of room over each side with those little storage lockers that I've got. And depending as to who I've got with me, I'm either using this space, as you can see in the back there, or leaving it open for another bedroll or something to go in there. I usually sleep on the port side. Not that that matters a lot. But there's plenty of locker space. I've got plenty of head height. I've got plenty of natural light as well. Yes, I've got a solar panel because I've got 2 big batteries in here that I use as ballast. And those batteries sit back right down in under there as well, so they're as close to the centreboard as I could get them, and sitting aft of midships, so to speak, and they provide good ballast.